Okay, so I don't think there's any debate. We are in the middle of a crypto winter. How cold does it get and how long does it last?
Welcome back everybody, my name is Anuj and in today's video we have huge news evolving Ethereum and update on Dokwana and Terra Luna as well as Chainlink news and Polygon and much more. Starting with breaking news, evolving Bitcoin, China as the latest data is the second biggest Bitcoin mining nation despite the government ban. So convert Chinese Bitcoin miners still account for around 21 of the Bitcoin network cache rate. And how do we know this? All of this according to the latest data from the Cambridge Digital Assets Program CDAP. Just for a bit of history, it was back in September of 2020 that China dominated China-based Bitcoin. Miner accounted for 67 of all network activity. And then, of course, a year later in 2021, the Chinese government issued a sweeping Bitcoin mining ban. In June at this time, all of the Chinese hash rate to Europe we thought, but turns out a sizable amount stayed in the country. The report suggests the sizable portion of Chinese Bitcoin miner found a way to adapt to the ban using foreign proxy services to hide mining activities rather than leaving a country. So the new data shows us that China instead of 67% now only has 21, but that still puts them in a second place behind the US, which now accounts for 38. And Cambridge actually put out a little heat map visualizing Bitcoin mining across the world. The darker an area is, the more mining percentage they have. Us, as you can see, super dark, they are number 1 followed by China number 2. Do you think it was possibly the government who banned everybody else, but they are still mining Bitcoin for themselves? Could be. I would not put that past the Chinese government. Next up, let's talk about altcoins like a said. Check the timestamps, but first let's go back to boomerang clips we started the video. Coins and not dead. In fact, the hype is being flushed out of the stronger fundamental projects are rising to the top. Watch this.
Okay, so I don't think there's any debate. We are in the middle of a crypto winter. How cold does it get and how long does it last?
Well, look, the winter is here. The tide is completely out, and I think this happens every couple of years in crypto, certainly, and in tech more generally. But this is a big sea change. We're going to see now that these old systems that people were playing with, these kind of Ponzi economics, a lot of DeFi that never really generated any value, that was very self-referential, it's going away. And I think we're going to return to, this is when the scammers leave, the people who are playing games, and that all goes away. Everyone's been cashed out, zeroed out, if you will. And we're going to go back to fundamental networks that actually drive value for their users.
Alright, for thought, but next up let's talk about Polygon. Ernst and Young unveil supply chain manager on the Polygon network. So this marks the first joint project between the accounting firm and the Ethereum scaling platform. So if you like Polygon, you like this. Here are the details for the collab. Big Four accounting, the consulting firm Ernst Young have revealed its blockchain based supply chain manager. This is built for the Polygon network and that is aimed at solving bottlenecks in tracking products as they come to market. This product is called EVICE Ops Chain Supply Chain Manager, and the project is aimed to tackle choke points along supply chains, combining product durability with the inventory management. So adding some public verifiability to the supply chain with Polygon, and with this organization would create their own tokens to represent asset and inventory, which the ops chain manager would then track across the supply chain network. If this won the supply chain, some of their clients wouldn't want their information public. Well, Polygon Nightfall, the network combining the fruits of the two entities' labor, offers zero knowledge proof based privacy technology guaranteeing that only select parties can then see the full history of the asset tracked. So thanks to zero knowledge proofs, the enterprise can keep the variability yet their privacy. So this is big win for the Polygon network, big win for crypto adoption. Next up, equally big news for Ethereum. Major interest company Cloudflare expected to run Ethereum nodes as much event approaches. So internet company Cloudflare has announced in a big blog post that it does plan to run and fly stake Ethereum validators nodes over the next few months. Just to get ultra specific, here is the direct quote. Over the next few months, Cloudflare will launch a fully staked Ethereum validator nodes on the Cloudflare global network. As the community approaches its transition from proof of work to proof of stake with the merge. Wow, so this is a huge sign of support. And why this is so big is because Cloudflare is a fundamental infrastructure for the web, and so it makes sense that they are going to hold Ethereum on their balance sheet stake and do their part to help ensure Web3 function optimally, meaning big green flag for the ETH network. So next up, let's talk about Tara Luna Dukana and is being summoned to testify in parliament. Next up, breaking news. South Korea Parliament has summoned Dokana to testify before a hearing on the Luna and UST collapse. So here what was that expect tweet how we learned about the summons from South Korea. And keep in mind, South Korea in general is pretty bullish on cryptocurrency. They do have a lot of their own exchange. So Korean's conservative parties have requested to have a hearing about the terror incident, the politician noted. Korean exchange has reacted differently to the crash. So he wants to invite both Dukana and exchange just to learn more about the details of the incident. Interesting, will Dukana shows up? I am not sure if he is not in the South Korea. He probably wouldn't honestly, but may in this is just sort of a bigger issue. This is sort of representative where we will probably see from many others legislative branches in other countries. People cracking down on their industry because of Terra Luna. So they are trying to implement some legislations and they have summoned Dokana. We will next piece of bullish news for Chainlink. Chainlink has just hired the global vet who developed the TensorFlow AI system, and this Chainlink hiring for a key AI access could boost the reliability for the Chainlink's Orsal upon which much of the crypto world relies. Wow. So there was a lot of kind of big words there. First off, let's just unpack what this means and what the TensorFlow AI system is. TensorFlow is an open source software library for building artificial intelligence and machine learning program that the best known for fostering advanced so-called deep neural networks, which is a recent field of computing focused on training machines to recognize patterns in massive fields of data. Yes, so the guy who developed this came from Google now, was snagged by Chainlink, and what this could mean for the Chainlink network is. The upshot in the Chainlink stands for Reaper and expensive of one of the world leaders in AI, and that their Orsal services Chainlinks could in turn become much faster and much more sophisticated. So do not count Chainlink or out, there are still very much implementing. And next quick piece of news for Super Farm Play to earn game imposter collection start update baller bear. We will continue building together. So the current states over 5,000 pets claimed these are NFT involved. With the game over 7,400 UFOs claimed, over 26 million blood burned, and 91.6% of imposters are being staked. So unless you buy pets of UFOs on the open market, you can only claim them. If you already hold the imposters yourself and stake them using blood, and I like this just because it shows the community is still strong and progressive in still happening, which I like that in this video. That's all I got. Thank you.